Today we're going to review Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. It's a blue trim, it's a Serenity white. We're going to review interior, exterior, driving quality, driving experience, and we'll share with you honest experience about whether or not it worth to buy Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. This car has incredible features compared to their basic trim line. It has blind spot collision assist, blind spot monitoring, front collision assist, rear collision assist. It has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and it has a smart trunk. It has a smart key. So considering all these features, it's hard to believe that it's still basic dream of 2023 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. According to Hyundai, this car can give you incredible 54 miles per gallon on a freeway. So this is a pretty big number. In this review, I'm going to give you my honest view about practical aspects of this car. For example, how it feels, how it drives, what's the driving experience, what's acceleration, how does all the features inside works. For example, Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, is that seamless? Did that have a problem? So I'm also going to tell you about miles per gallon. What's my experience about my miles per gallon in the city? What's my experience mile per gallon in the freeway? So is the 54 miles per gallon, is that reality or it's a science fiction? I'm going to tell you about smart trunk function. It's a pretty fun and exciting feature. Imagine like you go in a grocery, you have your hands full and you can't open the trunk. Some cars has like a foot, the motion detect control that opens trunk. However, Hyundai find it's not quite safe. So what they decide the car understands when the owner comes closer to the trunk, and if you stop in front of trunk about the 3 seconds without moving, trunk will know about it. It will detect it and it will open it. I have some stuff there prepared for the demonstration purposes, and my keys right there, so car shouldn't detect it while I'm talking to you. So let me demonstrate it. I have my hands full. I came to the car. Voila. That's how it's done. All right, now about smart key. This is smart, but not very smart. And I'll explain you why. So this car key, and I'll show you in a closer later, so has obviously buttons for open, close, and it has remote start, which is nice, and it has like a trunk open button. So what you can do, actually, it has a button here, right here. So you click it, it opens, or it's actually closed it. You click it, it opens. You close the car. You have to click it. Unfortunately, there is no like a smart key distance detection features when you walk out of your car and car will detect you're far away and it locks automatically. Come on, Hyundai. Let me show you exterior of the car. It's pretty nice looking car. Very nice, very futuristic. Some people call it like a catfish nose. Well, it's all about aerodynamics. So because it's hybrid, because of the gas mileage, the aerodynamics really play the key role, but they really nailed it down. I actually like it. It has a very, very bold appearance. Now, let's get in a car and see interior. This is interior. So this has like a closed non-leather seats. Manual seats. Come on, Hyundai. Manual seats. Come on. Dual zone air conditioning system. And it has a buttons to shift the gear. And this is the controls for the driving modes. You go on like a sport or eco or custom. Steering wheel has like a very obvious controls. This has sort of like a different kind of buttons here, so I'm not quite happy about that, but you know it's doable. You're just pushing it up or down in you know instead of just pushing it. Let's check out the back seat pretty quickly. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. Yeah, the area is pretty large here, so you can comfortably seat three people and have a nice trip. Okay, this is backspace here. I'm 5'10". I'm pretty comfortable here. Very comfortable, very big car, pretty good for families. You can comfortably sit here like a three people, have a road trip. So it drives really smooth and nice. So I'm pretty happy. Okay, trunk is pretty large. Push button here. It's quite large. Excuse me, there's some of my stuff, but you can see that its trunk is really, really big for this size of the car. So I'm pretty happy about that. All right, so this is interior. This is how the car looks where it's on. So we have here Apple CarPlay playing. So it's wireless. It works seamlessly, except a couple times, but most of the time it works seamlessly. So we have dual zone air conditioning system, and the great thing is that the hybrid cars have a special button here that has driver only, which means that it saves power and it directs the air conditioning system only to driver. So it has several, automatic modes as well. I really like how like it digitally lights up those, the control wheels. Those are really cool. So with these, you can, the control air conditioning system. That's pretty self-explanatory here. I'm not going to teach you how to do that. So the good main thing also is that the difference between another car. So another thing is also it doesn't have like a shift handle here. It has just the buttons. So you put the drive, neutral, rear. So this is a drive modes here. So you have a sport, you have eco, and you have a custom. So down. So for example, when you click it and change it, and then it shows you on the screen. It's on the smart mode right now, custom mode, sports mode, and eco mode. So eco mode is self-explanatory. Now let's say, well, we have smart mode. It's smart mode. Its car really learns how you drive and applies like a sports and eco mode accordingly. A custom mode is that when you can pick how does your steering wheel reacts. For example, you might have like a sports style steering wheel function with the same time by being in an eco mode in a driving function, and vice versa. You can have drive function as a sports mode, and steering wheel can still be smooth. That's a sort of like a custom that doesn't give you any more customization. I think it's pretty much enough. So sports mode, when you have it in sports mode, car accelerates really, really fast, and its steering wheel gets a little bit more sporty and rough, which is pretty nice. And this is pretty much so. You have here um, also two analog, and in the dashboard you have like a two analog sides. In the middle you have like the LCD screen where you can see all sort of like information about recent drive, previous drive, all kind of what mode you are. Let's go to the eco, and there's you know Nothing very special, but very nice. It is very nice interior. It feels really, really good. It's solid. And even though it's a basic trim, it doesn't really feels any basic here. Maybe, yeah, it's not a real leather here, but it's a really, really nice feeling material everywhere. So now let's go and drive and talk about like a driving experience. So before start driving, I really mentioned that it has a Hyundai has incredible warranty. It has a 5 years, 60,000 miles new vehicle warranty, and it's a 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain warranty, and 10 years, 100,000 miles hybrid system component warranty. And also, it comes with a 3 years, 36 miles complimentary maintenance, and 7 years unlimited anti uh, perforation warranty. I don't know what it is. So it's a pretty generous. It's pretty generous from Hyundai. Thank you, Hyundai. All right, driving experience. Let's see. So in general, this car drives really nice, and it's a pretty smooth. Sometimes you really hear the engine, especially when you're accelerating heavily. But it depends, how charged is your batteries. But when batteries are fully charged, it's really really helps. So the car and the like steering wheel in eco mode is really 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 smooth. So you really feel like a Lexus style driving quality. And also car handles pretty well, and sound from outside is very minimal, and you really feeling like in a luxury car. And this is really nice. So usually when you drive, so you're using your Android Auto, the apps, and you will use maps and some music applications. So this is the pretty much what you need when you drive among line. I'm not talking about the line detect and all sort of like safety features that automatically on. So I also using the pretty much very often like a line detect and line keeping assist, especially on the freeways. It works really really nice. And I tested like a Honda system, which is incredible. I tested and Toyota system, which is not bad at all. It's good as well. But I didn't know about Hyundai system, how it works, but it works amazingly good. So let's say surprisingly good. So it does, its job well, and it keeps you it keeps you in line. So these car gas mileage wise, it's has a pretty, the really phenomenal the gas mileage on a paper. Again, I'm not saying that it does not, performs as Honda advertised. I still need to do the test. Pretty, it's pretty new to me. But on one day in a long drive on a freeway, I achieved 53.5 miles per gallon, which is amazing for this size of the car. 53.2 after 46.7 miles. Driving about 40 to 50 miles per hour now, but I drove on a freeway about 40 miles. So this is beautiful Sonoma wine yards. It's pretty rainy today, but still it's very beautiful here. So on a city, usually I'm like mid or high 40s. I never 50 on a city. On a freeways, I'm still depending on a day's weather condition. For example, yesterday we had a really heavy rain and really heavy wind, so my gas mileage on the freeway was only 48, 47.8, and 48, somewhat like that. So it also depends on the traction. If it's wet, it's pretty, difficult for a car, especially in acceleration, you're losing a lot. But when it's dry and when it's kind of the normal condition, a car really drives, really gives you the best, one of the best gas mileage in the market. All right, so we have another day for the gas mileage test and observation. So I drew 144 miles today, and so far my gas mileage is 54.2 miles, which is phenomenal. All right, I arrived back from work today. I had a long drive. I met with several of my clients, but I was observing my, the miles per gallon. So I'm pleasantly surprised. So let me park here and I'll show you. So total miles after driving 183 miles. So let me turn the camera. Is 55.2 miles per gallon. And I still have 229 miles to go, and on range. And this is amazing gas mileage. So I drew on a freeways, on a highway, let's say 10%, 10% in the city. But majority of the drive was the freeways and highways. Again, this is 183 miles and 55.2 miles per gallon. Amazing. So with all these, the information boards in both displays, in the bigger and smaller, you can check and monitor, your gas savings per, minute, let's say, and in average. So this is pretty very nice, not only looking but functionality wise. It's a pretty good drive car, and it's a big, and I pretty much little bit sad that sedans in the market are overlooked. Everybody's jumping to the SUVs and crossovers, which I'm one of them. I have, but for daily drive in a long roads, in a long drives, sedans are pretty good. And in this segment, what we have um, Toyota Camry, we have Honda Accord, and Hyundai. And I was a little bit skeptical about Hyundai, but I'm not regretting a bit buying it because I'm really happy. In general, I'm a very critical person, but I'm also not really, you know, requesting something that I would never use. So wireless Android Auto is really essential to me, and all the safety features that, for example, Camry gives you for additional charge, it's very essential to me. So in Hyundai, I got the best gas mileage plus all the features in a basic trim for the start price of like a $30,000. Actually, the color of this car, this white, is extra $400, and that's what makes it like around 30,000. So otherwise, this car is right exceeds my expectation and drives absolutely well. And I do have some other luxury cars that my family drives now, and I also had like a cars in a much higher price tags. But and I was kind of thinking, oh, for work, let me buy something basic. Guess what? I don't really feel this car is basic. It has pretty much everything, and drive quality is amazing. Now, quickly about acceleration. So a lot of people give you a test of the acceleration about you know 0 to 60 in a 7 second, 5 second. I'm not doing this test because In a normal life, unless you're Ayrton Senna or Schumacher or something, you don't need this. You don't accelerate that, aggressively. Even though these cars still gives you a pretty good acceleration. So I mean, if you're Schumacher or Ayrton Senna, go buy sports car. But if you're buying hybrid car, your main focus is gas mileage, smooth drive, like less noise, and the comfort. And you know what? Everything checks here, every single segment, and I'm very happy, and I'm also double happy because I didn't pay fortune for getting all of these. So I'm highly recommending this car. I'm gonna give you later special videos about gas mileage test because this is the main focus when you have a hybrid. Stay tuned and give thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel here, and I'll give you some other videos about the computers, drones, cars, everything that regular people might be interested to see and experience, and the purchase perhaps. So I'll give you my experience. I have a lot of cool gadgets, and why not? So I'm hoping that you guys like this video, and give me a chance to subscribe and show you some more. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We're going to have videos about the cars, drones, computers, phones, travel, everything that ordinary person would like to purchase or experience, so we could share our honest experience and opinion with you.